you can see the chat.
Both mics. And let's turn up something. Here we go. There we go. It's been a little while since I've done these. Hello, everybody out there. I'm Captain Kyle with Toy Spotlite, and joining me is the amazing Patriot Prime Reviews. Tell them a little bit about you.
Well, first off, Captains, thank you so much for letting me aboard your channel so we can discuss some of these awesome Blokees figures that I did not think I would enjoy as much as I do. Because when I first saw these things come out, I was like, oh, those are nice little kitty figures. And then I got my first box, then my second box, then my third, and on and on and on. So thanks for allowing me to come onto your channel. My name is Patriot Prime Reviews. I do Transformer reviews, I do Toy Hacks decal sets, and the occasional live stream. So you can find me at Patriot Prime Reviews on YouTube, Instagram, X, and I think that's it.
Well, that was a great ad. Those of you who are watching, you're already on my channel, which you found at Toy Spotlite. I go by Captain Kyle, and if you've ever wondered why I'm Captain Kyle, it is not because of any military rank. I have not served my country in that way. I did pick up some trash once. You are the man who we have to thank for the service. Me, I have not. No, I have not served my country in that way. I am called Captain Kyle because of all my cosplays I used to do. I've done Captain Kirk, Captain Mal, Captain America, Captain Jack Harkness. When I first started really getting into cosplay, I did a lot of captains, and people just started calling me Captain Kyle, and I said, that sounds great. And so, I do have a little raft in case I need to say I got a boat, but yeah, that is pretty much why I am Captain Kyle. So if that solves some mysteries for you guys, that's great, but we are not here to talk about my secret origins. That'd be cool, though. So thanks everyone who's showing up. I'm seeing a Saucy Pickle. I'm seeing Joe Fisher. I'm seeing Quentin Rom. Fan of Rom? Luke, welcome. He is one of my toy hunters, as is Fun Heart 2000.
Toy hunters, that must be fun. I got one Walmart that doesn't have anything, so my hunting is Amazon and Entertainment Earth.
Well, luckily for me, in my area, I have like 3 or 4 actual toy stores that I can actually visit. And they have vintage figures, they have Blokees, they have some new figures, but it's basically they have a case full of old G1s and...
that's my heart right there. You know that.
You see, you need to come up here. So first of all, I can show you my very disorganized collection and my setup, so you can be like, "Wow, you go way overboard." And then we can hit some toy stores. Well, on the collection, I think we both go overboard. But when it comes to my setup for shooting, I have a camera there and a camera there. Those aren't even on. I have a webcam for this one, and I have lighting. I have all kinds of microphones, sound recorders, backdrops. I just,
See, he's a professional. Now, I'm a guy with 3 LED lamps, a cell phone, and editing program on my cell phone. So I'm as simple could get. But I'm a professional simple man. That didn't sound good at all.
You're a professional simpleton?
Yes, that's me.
Well, you see, technically, if you're doing something and you make money, you're a professional. So I actually received $30 for a comic book story I wrote, so I became a professional writer.
Nice.
Therefore, you receive some money for doing YouTube. You are a professional YouTuber.
There you go.
You may not
as I call myself
a
mediocre YouTuber, but it works.
I wouldn't say mediocre. I think you do amazing stuff on your phone.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I mean, most of my equipment is because of my other channel, but yeah. But we're not here to talk about that. People are getting bored in the chat. They want to see some Blokees. Ionica's Toy Reviews is here. Awesome. And it says a local toy shop near him got in a ton of Transformers, couldn't buy any of them. That's a shame. Yeah, that's why, well, obviously, Patriot Prime Reviews and I are rolling in the dough. Okay.
Yes, we make tens of dollars on YouTube.
Yes, and all that money goes right to buying more Transformers. So,
or toward the credit cards that we use to buy Transformers.
Yeah, well,
speaking of credit cards, real quick, I was going to bring up that we're doing this tonight on your channel where we're talking about our favorite top 10 Autobots. Tomorrow on my channel, we're going to talk about our top 10 Decepticons. I'm going to kind of get that out right now, a little self-promo for myself. And I want to announce that Captain Kyle and I will be at TFCon Chicago next month. We're not running a booth. We're not hosting a panel. We're going to be there as guests, mingling and having a great time with you, our fellow Transformers fans.
In fact, I would say we're not even there as guests. We're there as attendees. We're just
okay,
like
yeah, we'll put it
else.
that way. That's right, because I paid my ticket.
Yeah, guests are something.
Yes,
they have David K.
Yes.
But yeah, they have some great guests that are going to be there. We are not considered guests. I mean, if they say, "Hey, you guys, you want to be on a YouTuber panel?" I may be like, "Okay." I don't know what you're gonna. I don't want to speak for you. You know, I've been on YouTuber panels. You've been on YouTuber panels. You know,
they are organized chaos.
Yes, and more tending towards chaos.
Yes, the organized part, that's in lowercase. That's something else.
But I go to a ton of cons, and I moderate panels, so I try to control them. But when the guy who's in charge says, "I'm running it," it's like, okay, then that's what you do. Yeah, Transformer Joe, welcome, has a case of Blokees impatiently waiting on. Looking forward to some unboxing. And Luke just got Galaxy Wave 8, which is a great wave. A lot of fun. The evolution of these things is amazing. But speaking of that, as my guest who just, you know.
Somebody mentioned they're looking forward to building Hot Rod. He's
Yeah.
cool. He's cool.
Well, speaking of being my guest and speaking of Blokees, and, you know, why don't you start us out? Is that your first one?
No, he was just in the box.
I mean, I can do that too. And I even got the fishing pole.
Well, it's funny. If you watch my Blokees review of that set, I did not know that was a Sharkticon at first. When I first opened the package, like, what the hell is this? And when I actually started reviewing the figure, I realized what it was.
Yeah, it does look like a Sharkticon. That's not what he caught.
No,
I mean,
because he caught a whopper, all right.
Yes. And then he
right,
flicked it
well,
back.
As you said, I'm going to kick things off. Now, how this top 10 list is going to work, Captain Kyle and I discussed this. It's a top 10, but he's picking his top 5. I'm picking my top 5, so it's 10 together. We figure that way we wouldn't make this video way too long where people get bored and leave. So in honor of picking our top 10 or my top 5 Autobots, I wore my Autobot shirt, and I'm going to kick off with, from Galaxy version 1, Prowl. This was actually the very first Blokees figure that I opened from the case. And once I opened him up, I mean, the details on this thing blew my mind. The articulation, I mean, even the little shoulder cannons move up and down. He's got better articulation than most of our modern figures that we're paying $30, $40 for. So really love this guy. In my opinion, he really kicked off my love of Blokees, just seeing how good they made these toys.
I have to say, Prowl did not make my top 5, but it was close. It's like choosing your favorite children, almost. But I do have actually. When I discovered Blokees, I went to a store and I bought 3 blind boxes, and I got Thundercracker, I got Blue Streak, and I got Prowl. and I loved them, put them together, but I'm like, I am not hunting for the other ones. I bought a case, so now I have 2 Prowls, and 2 Blue Streaks, and 2 Thundercrackers. Those 3 actually
cases are the way to go. There's so many people who complain about the blind boxes, and yeah, it's annoying because my son was really into blind boxes. But if you want the whole set, just go out and buy the case, because by the time you're buying all these blind boxes, you might have paid for that case already 3 or 4 times over.
Right, and generally the case is cheaper.
Yeah.
Especially lately for us with Blokees, but that's because they have recognized our insanity and decided to give us some mercy. But Prowl is one of those 3 that I have extras of. I put those at my regular job. They're on a shelf. Yes, I do not make enough that I do YouTube full time. But yeah, I had to buy the case, and then, from then on, I just got cases. Yeah, because it is the better way to go, in my humble opinion. So I will reveal mine, which is actually also from Wave 1, but it is Jazz. So Jazz, I'm going to move him really close there. I just thought he was very cleverly put together. I found it interesting that they kind of put him more towards the toy instead of the cartoon, though you can make him more cartoonish if you just take off the wings. But they gave you the wings. I guess they gave you the option. And again, when I came across Blokees, I was just like, these figures, they blow away Action Masters. Action Masters, which are just action figures, do not have the composability of these guys. And, as you mentioned, you can pretty much move everything around. They've even got little ankle swivels. Everything. You can swivel around their legs. They're just so posable. And yeah, I got hooked right away. It is a sickness.
Plastic crack, baby.
But that is mine. My first announcement from Wave 1, Jazz. I can't do a Jazz impression.
All right, so moving back to me again. Next up on my list is from Galaxy version 6. I chose Sunstreaker. Now, Sunstreaker has a lot of nostalgia for me because the original G1 Sunstreaker toy was my first large Autobot car back when I was a kid. But the funny thing is, going back to your figure, I got Jazz for Christmas and he broke right out of the package. Went the next day to whatever store it was, Kmart or Hex or Rose's, to exchange it to get another Jazz. They had no Jazz, but I got Sunstreaker instead. So I really love Sunstreaker. About the only thing I wish that they gave for this figure, because Blokees is great for all their little extra add-on accessories, it would have been cool, instead of the gun, to kind of give him that throwback arm cannon that the Generation 1 toy had. But I understand how they're going for the cartoon look, which is the main deal with these figures, and they nailed it with Sunstreaker. He's got his shoulder rockets, he's got the silver exhausts on the back, and the paint, is it paint applications or just tampograph? I never know what to call it, but it just looks so good on him. So yeah, Sunstreaker.
I totally agree. That is, again, he almost made the cut. And I'm not trying to say,
Oh, real quick, while you're talking about that, Captain Kyle and I have no idea what we picked.
Yeah.
We discussed this before these shows aired. We said, well, should we tell each other what we picked? I was like, no, that's part of the fun. There's, as of right now, every Galaxy version figure, there's 72 of them. And if we pick the same ones, it's going to be kind of weird. So we thought it'd be more fun if we're going into this blind.
Actually, I think there's more like 80 of them, because
Really?
There's all the chase figures.
Oh, yeah. Well, my math has never been known to be great. That's why I make tens of dollars.
Well, I make about the same as you. And again, it's, I will say this. If you want to become because I know some people have expressed interest in also becoming Transformers toy reviewers, you will not make a profit forever. I mean, well, for years. It could be forever. I mean, I have yet to technically make a profit because if you consider what I pay for the figures,
yes, YouTubing for us is not a full-time job. It's an extension of the hobby.
Yeah, it's the thing that's nice is you can deduct from your taxes your Transformer purchases.
Oh, I know. My wife's all into that.
Yeah, so that
if
is
I show it
wonderful.
on video, it's a business expense. Look at Quentin trying to tell me what decals are, Mr. Toy Hacks. I was referring to the tampograph to paint. What's the difference between tampograph and paint? I'll have to Google. I have my phone now.
And there was a dog advertisement on this channel. Wow,
a dog.
Yeah, our live stream just got split screened by a dog advert.
Hey, that means you just made 30 cents.
No, I didn't make that much. Are you nuts? I made maybe 0.3 cents. Yeah, so
I'm going to show my old here. I got to put my glasses on so I can read my phone. Tampograph versus painting.
Yeah, that is always... Wait, did Jason of Patriot Prime get himself a pair of Friday the 13th shoes? I missed that one.
I haven't been to Walmart yet. Tampograph is a mechanical indirect printing process best suited for mass production, while painting is a manual direct application. So yeah, Blokees are probably tampographed. And now I know, and knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe. Sorry, it was a reflex. All right. I'm going to reveal my next one. And we'll probably go off in a weird direction. This is actually from Wave 3. I've always liked the White Optimus, a.k.a. Ultra Magnus. And what's great about him is his axe. Look at that friggin' thing. I mean...
The tampograph details on that are awesome, too.
Yeah. You're just going to use that word.
I'm going to use that word so much now. It's today's secret word.
There could be worse words.
I'll probably say them.
One of my videos, the word was minutia because there was a lot of minutia. But now we're doing, is it tampograph or tapograph?
Tampograph.
Tampograph. I want to say it right or mispronounce it exactly the same way you are. One of the two. But yeah, I've always liked having the white version of Optimus inside Ultra Magnus. So Optimus colors, I mean, how many Optimus Primes are there? It's a little overdone. So I like the white one. I like in real toys. Well, these are real toys, but as in real transforming toys, I do have the reissue of the Diaclone color Magnus, and it's got a blue Optimus inside who looks awesome. And
Neat.
You know, so whenever I see, and I've been tempted to get some of the. I have a black Optimus. It's a, you know, reissue, quotes reissue. But yeah, just getting different colors, and I did get the urination prime. I mean the the yellow one who's supposed to be Sentinel Prime. But yeah, just again, it's hard. They all move in so many different, great ways that it's hard to judge them by posability because they're all posable. So you kind of got to go by character and nostalgia and, But Sunstreaker was close. I almost pulled Sunstreaker out. But there is my second one.
I came very close to pulling him, but instead, if anybody that follows my channel, and even though I'm Patriot Prime, I'm a huge fan of this figure. And normally he would have been picked for tomorrow's episode, but since he has an Autobot insignia on him, this is the IDW Autobot Megatron from Galaxy version 6. Now, I quit reading IDW. I think it was after the first series when it branched off into the Lost Light and More Than Meets the Eye. I quit reading. It's just I don't have any comic book shops near me, and it was getting expensive trying to hunt them down. But when I first saw this Megatron appear on the forums and everywhere, my first thought was blasphemy. Why is Megatron wearing an Autobot insignia? And because I love my Megatron evil, I never researched it. I still to this day do not know why he's wearing an Autobot insignia. I don't want to know. I was just thinking he was going through a rough time in his life. But still, I think it's a really cool looking Megatron, a very unique design. I mean, he's got the fusion cannon, he's got the back cannon there, but he's got all these extra parts and pieces. I'm not even sure what the hell he turned into, but he's really awesome looking. He's got round gauntlets like Galvatron, and I just dig it. I think he's a really cool figure, and I love with Blokees how they do the eyes. If anybody's built the Blokees, you have that really glossy blue or red that you put inside the head, and I'm sorry it can't focus as well as it should, but the eyes on this figure just absolutely pop. So there is my, I guess.
And are they red or are they red?
Yeah, they're red.
So
and not to mention, he's even got the chest filigree like the G1 toy.
I have seen the error of my ways, and I have become an Autobot. April Fools! Die, Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, I'm a big Megatron fan. Asking the chat, did they make a figure of that one?
That is a good question. I have never seen an
like
Autobot.
I said, when I opened him up and started building him, I was like, what the heck? I mean, I really like him. He's kind of shifted over to my Decepticon side. I'll have my Autobots and Decepticons blended together. He's kind of over with the cons. You know, a quick Toy Hacks decal can fix that Autobot problem.
Yeah, that is true. Now we both have connections to Toy Hacks, so yeah.
Speaking of which, yeah, there's the symbols. I keep forgetting my camera's not where it used to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wanted to read IDW when what was it? Dreamwave?
Dreamwave.
Yep, Dreamwave came out. I started reading those, and I was like, these seem in an entire issue like to have 1/4 of the story that was in the old Marvel comics. I still bought them and read them, but it was just like splash pages and not a lot happening. I mean, things would happen, but
especially when you're paying so $5 for a comic book and there's only like four lines of dialogue in the whole thing. Yep. Art's great, but I'd like to have a little bit more book.
Exactly. I like story. You know, the art is good.
Third party MMC is what they're saying. Thank you, Luke.
Autobot Megatron transformed into a beanbag luncher.
Huh.
I think someone is pulling on our what is it? Leg? No, I was going to use something Cybertronian, but I can't think of
crankshaft.
Appropriate. We could do that. That's more car. Yeah, the closest Megatron that they've put out that was a good guy was an Earthspark because he changed sides. And,
which is still blasphemous.
Well, I mean, it's a different universe. Plenty of universes out there. There's plenty where he's still evil. So don't get your panties in a bunch. It's all right, dude. All right. Well, this is kind of a repeat. Because I already kind of showed this character. This one was released in Wave 4 because it's also Ultra Magnus, but it's the armored version. The what was it? Battle Convoy or Powered Convoy? I'm trying to remember what the original thing was, but when I put him together, I just thought he was so cool. Though I actually put his shoulders on the wrong side, and just so I'm going to fix that real quick because his Autobot symbol is on the back. Here. Yes, I put these together for not really a living. Yeah, it does not work out that way. But yeah,
My last Blokees Defender video, because Defender figures are so easy to put together. I mean, they're mostly all put together anyway. I didn't realize until after I shot and edited and posted my review that half of the figures had their waists on backwards. You know how the Blokees stamps on the butts? Yep. Well, it was on the crotch of a lot of mine.
This does not want to come off.
While he's putting his Ultra Magnus together, I'm going to show off my number 2, which is also Ultra Magnus.
Okay.
My shoulders are on correctly. And what was cool, you're talking about Dreamwave Comics. I think they're the first ones that actually showed Ultra Magnus get battle damage to where you could see the white Optimus Prime or the white Ultra Magnus on the inside. And wasn't the comic also said that they were brothers?
I don't recall that, probably, but I do remember that he popped out and he was, he basically got damaged, and then he popped out and it's like, hey, I'm a white Optimus.
Well, it's cool that the image, if I remember correctly, it was almost Terminator-ish. You had half of Ultra Magnus's face was ripped off. You can see the white Optimus Prime underneath. So it was pretty cool. But there's my number 2, Ultra Magnus as well.
So we only have a top 9 because we doubled one.
We did.
We'll figure it out.
I can pull out, well, since you had Ultra Magnus, I had this guy waiting in the wings because I can't count, as I said earlier. So why did I pull out 6? But I think this was Galaxy version 3. I didn't write this one down. I thought they did a hell of a job on Wheeljack.
Yes.
With his tampagraphs and the fact they gave him the clear blue, everybody calls his ears right there, and his wings, and even the detail on his back. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's the tampagraph on the back.
Try moving
it
slightly to the other side of you, because I think you're right near the light, and it's making it very bright. Move it. It's on your right side. Yeah, that might be a little bit better. Just because, you're moving it closer to the light. Stay out of the light, Wheeljack. Stay out of the light. And since he is such a white figure, but yeah, that is, again, one of my, I'm like, should I do Wheeljack? Should I do Wheeljack? And ultimately, I'm like, I'm going to also show a very white figure. My 4th up. So wait, where are we? So
I'm now, my next one will be my number 1. So you should be at your 2nd.
All right. I actually really enjoyed from Wave 8. So some of you may not have seen this in person yet. Some of you may be about to put them together. Is Metroplex. I mean, I wish he was bigger. Don't get me wrong. But I think
he needs to be a classic class, or what was it, action edition.
Yeah, or a Build-A-Figure would be an interesting. A Build-A-Figure with figures that you build would kind of make sense. Or not make sense, I'm not sure. But he is just so well put together. He's got his... he's definitely not the San Diego version because he only has one red gun. And I think I made that joke in the actual review. But yeah, and he's definitely... You can tell he is the... based on the Titan one, not the original, because you can tell just by looking at the guns. But I just think he's so cool. He is slightly taller than some of the other Autobots. Obviously, he should be much, much taller. But I just
what surprised me is Wave 8 was kind of the movie figures.
Yeah.
And they included Metroplex, and they actually based him on the Thrilling 30 version instead of the animated version.
Right. Though, in their defense, he never actually transformed other than transforming into like a battle station kind of, in the actual movie. It wasn't until he got his transformation cog in 5 Faces of Darkness that he actually transformed and kicked some trip to butt. But yeah, so that is my 4th is Metroplex.
All right, here we go with my number 1. This is one that when I opened it up, I was so excited. I was ecstatic to get this figure. and it was from my very first Blokees purchase, Wave 1 or Galaxy version 1. I got the Chase Optimus Prime, done up in the metallic collars right there. That's just an absolutely stunning figure. Metallic red, silver, blue. He's got the gun, the nice tamper-graph details there in the chest. I love this one. He's got a place of honor on my Optimus Prime shelf right above me. So that is my number one.
It's always
First
awesome.
case and my first chase.
Always awesome to find a chase. Before I reveal my last one, Quentin Rom said the stores in his area only recently put out Wave 1 Blokees figures, which is a shame. I just want to go through the chat. What if Hot Rod stayed out of Prime? Was there a what if Hot Rod stayed out of the Prime and Megatron fight? Was there an official or just a fan done? That's what Joe Fisher is asking. It's a what if comic. That'd be
cool. Transformers what if.
I did a bunch of shorts where I overdubbed and manipulated some of the stuff from the movie, and I actually made it so that when Galvatron shows up on Cybertron and goes to shoot Starscream, he takes so long in aiming that I'm like, Starscream could have just shot first, kind of like, Greedo. No, Greedo never shot. But, he could have just shot first, knocked him back, and then as the new leader of the Decepticons been like, attack the invaders. And that's what I redid using various clips from even Five Faces of Darkness. And then...
Well, they say there was an official comic, so like a what if.
Interesting.
Huh.
I
it's what's cool about these live streams. You're always learning new stuff.
Yeah. Or in the comments.
Yeah.
Hi, Big Easy. Let's see. Steve Vendetta retracted a message. Or did you say message retracted? That was an interesting thing. Action Edition. Metroplex and that half prime guy. One half prime guy. So I ordered the Wave 8. It's the one half prime guy.
I was so hoping to get that one. That looks so cool.
Yeah, I just got the regular one. This is not my favorite. This is just showing that's the regular prime. I didn't get the half colored. An official comic, yeah.
It's interesting how Blokees has improved their building techniques. I love the fact we don't have to put the joints together anymore, but the figures are getting bigger.
Yeah, and they're getting... some of the complexity is making up for the fact that we don't have to squeeze those together.
Oh, no. My fingers always hurt so much bad.
It was a one-shot book, Iaconus Toy Reviews saying. Damaged Prime. So...
Well, they call it sleep mode Prime, because I kept calling it half-dead Prime. I guess because they can't say the word dead.
Soon I will be one with the Matrix. Yeah, they did call it sleep mode or something, or alternate mode or something like that when they did the toy. So my final figure, when I saw this, is also a chase, and when I saw this, I was like, this looks friggin' cool. It is the IDW Orion Pax, who's basically a recolor and very sparkly version of the IDW Optimus.
He's got that fishing boat sheen to him.
Yeah. And he's got, a nice blast effect. He's got transparent guns and such, but he's just really... My favorite color is blue, and I was just like, this is really cool. Again, I like to see other colors of the Prime mold, and I have a ton of them now, but I got purple, but yeah, he's just a really sweet looking toy, and I was happy to get the chase figure. And yeah.
And I like how that one has the tips of the barrels, the guns on his arms always are orange, like they've been firing for a while.
Yeah. They do have a tendency to get a little warm from overuse.
Now, when I got that case, I actually pulled that figure. I didn't like him as much as you did. Of course, you're looking at it a different way than I did, and I actually traded my chase for the regular version.
Aha! I would have
Fire
traded him
Talk,
for the
traded with
regular
Fire
version.
Talks. He was very happy with that.
I would have traded him for the regular version and, some cheddar. Some cheddar, These chases are hard to find.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Blokees doesn't know any more than we do what's in the boxes. Steve says Kyle's and Cup's supposed to be everyone's number 2 ship piece, as Prime calls him.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook today was all upset because they ordered a case and was very disappointed that they didn't get the chase in the case. And I was like, that's not guaranteed. I said, it's random. A machine puts all those in the box. They don't know what's what.
Yep. When they were sending me the stuff for the Devastator, which both Patriot Prime Reviews and I both did the Blokees Devastator, which is made up of the Defender version vehicles of the Constructicons. They were checking with me to see if I had all the things that I would need, and they ended up, I said, I actually don't have Wave 1 if you just want to send me that one figure, and they're like, oh, we'll send you the case. Because they don't know what's in there. So they have no way of knowing. They can't look at it with some secret scanner and say, oh, this is a Constructicon.
And have you noticed that the glue on those individual packages has gotten so much stronger over the last few versions? Because when I reviewed Galaxy version 3, if you watch my videos, I'll show the case, then I'll show the individual boxes, and then I'll open one. So I always thought it would be cool to kind of get a heads up of what I'm going to open on camera. So I would be able to take a knife and pop that box open. Okay, I'll review this one. Now you cannot open those without destroying that box completely.
Unless you take a razor and cut along the sides or something. So One's Heart is only missing series 1, 2, and 8 chase figures. Sometimes I'll get a figure that's so nice I'll think it's a chase, and then I'll find out it's not, and I'll be like, oh, well, then I guess most people get this. But since we have time, it's only 9:39.
Let's open up the panel for discussion.
Yeah, I'm watching the questions. If you have questions, we have answers. If we don't have answers, we will make shit
something up.
Yep. We are thinking too much alike. This is dangerous.
Captain Kyle and I met actually at TFCon in 2019 in Reston. We just happened to be, we went to that burger joint. We just happened to be there. Hey, come sit with us. If I remember correctly.
Well, that is when we first met in person, but we actually talked online before that.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't have known you other than we were talking about Transformers stuff. In fact...
imagine that.
Yeah. Well, I started doing Transformers reviews on my other channel, and then I was like, no. This needs its own channel. And I don't know if you found one of my reviews or if I found one of your reviews, but we started just chatting back and forth online. And then you actually, before the launch of Toy Spotlite, you had me on a live stream on your channel.
That's right. I was just starting that live stream show. Now, I need to get back. Now that I got my new webcam and I've subscribed to Restream again.
Well, you're welcome for making you get a webcam. Let's see. What do you guys
think of the Shining line, the Blokees Shining line? Do you have any of those?
I actually have a case that they sent me that I haven't reviewed yet.
I only have one Shining figure. A subscriber sent it to me. Of course, it's Megatron, and you just tap him, and we can't tell because of my light, but his eyes glow and his Decepticon insignia glows.
Well, I have the gold, the set of the gold ones, and that does the same thing. They're shining ones.
And when he falls on the floor, he lights up pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right, I have to ask: are you upset that they don't include the stands anymore?
Not really. I don't really use the stands all that much. I mean, they were nice to have, I guess, but if you want to put them really close on the shelf, if you're lacking shelf space, then I don't really mind. Transformer Joe, should I expect duplicates with a case or just 50-50 on the chase? Basically, you will not get duplicates if you get a case. With the chase figure, it's like one
out of 37, if I remember correctly.
It actually on the side of the box, not this one. That's of course I don't have any boxes from the Blokees in here. It's like 1 out of every 60, and then the other one's like 1 out of 12. The other one's like 1 out of 9. So basically, it's not a 50-50 chance of getting the chase, but
yeah.
you have a chance.
So far, I've got all 8 cases of Galaxy figures. I've never got a double.
Yeah, I've never gotten. Yeah, there's not doubles in the cases. You might get a chase and be like, well, I kind of wanted the regular one, like some people here. Apparently don't like Orion packs, but, who can account for taste? I do want to go back to the chat because someone asked, out of curiosity, are either of you going to Steel City Con? Both Peter Cullen and Frank Welker will be there. I have been to a con where they have both been there. So, what you guys may not be aware of is my other channel. It's called Phantom Spotlight, and I go to a lot of cons.
Yeah,
what's that?
I said you do a lot of cons.
Like 20 plus per year, and I record panels at these places, and I sometimes do interviews, and Steel City Con used to be on my list of places to do 3 times a year. I would go trek across Pennsylvania to Monroeville and record their panels, but we got into a little bit of a disagreement.
What kind of ads are you having on your channel?
I don't know. It's probably...
I'm having a hard time reading you on the computer, so I'm pulling up the chat on my phone.
Anime stuff? I don't... That's weird.
There we go.
So, yeah, we got into a bit of a disagreement. And they decided that they were going to do it themselves from now on. They'd record the panels, and I'm like, okay, you can record them yourselves and get no views, or you could continue having me do it and get lots of views. But so I will not be attending Steel City Con. It's a shame that I can't see those two once again. I did see them at a Fan Expo Boston before the management changed and that con turned to shit. But yeah, I will not be going to Steel City Con.
It's kind of like TF Con promised us that they were recording our YouTuber panel, because I thought that'd be cool to share on my channel. Nope, never saw it. Just a couple people holding their phones this way when they're recording. People, listen to me right now in the chat. When you're videoing anything, please, 16 by 9.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing a short.
So, yeah, with TFCon, what was interesting, it's a last one in Baltimore. They did have Frank Welker there.
Yeah, I got to meet him.
And they told me that I was free to record all the panels except for his. And I said, okay, I don't like it, but I will obey the rules. So, time for the Frank Welker panel came. I put all my stuff away, packed it up, said, all right. And then those passages said, no, actually anyone can record. I'm like, you sons of, So yeah, I was unable to record that panel. I will say, going out to Chicago for this TFCon, I will not be recording their panels. This is just a time for me to go and be an attendee. They don't give me a press pass. Why should I give them press? You know, so...
I'll hype the hell out of myself, though. And you.
Yeah, absolutely. But, no,
And
I'm not going
to tell everybody, if you see us, come up and say hi. There's so many people after a con where I'll do a live and I'm talking about it. They're like, well, I saw you, but I didn't want to come up and say anything. Why not? I
was so nervous.
I am the same person you see in person that you see right here.
Nothing makes us any better or any different than any other Transformer collector. We may have YouTube channels and share with a few more people, but no, we're not any different than you. If you come up to us, you want to talk Transformers? I talk Transformers. You talk Transformers? You know, yeah, please come on up. I did have one
Unless
guy.
we're eating. That's probably my biggest. We had in Orlando. We're all eating dinner. It's me, Bert the Stormtrooper, Kato, Rodimus Primal, Hoist. I mean, the whole bunch of us. We got a table set up. We got reservations. We're all having dinner. First time we've seen each other in years. Some guy just walked by, of course, recognizes, and then just sits down at the table and starts helping himself to our appetizers. That you don't do.
One, it's like cosplayers. You don't interrupt them while they're eating. If you see someone that you don't know personally who's sitting eating, you don't bother them while they're eating. And you certainly don't touch their food.
He almost lost his life. I mean, there's some big old boys at that table.
I mean, if they say, hey, would you like a mozzarella stick? By all means, you can take them up on that. But if they do not say that, then keep your goddamn grubby hands off other people's food.
My favorite question at TFCon, though, hey, man, can I buy you a drink?
That's always a good one. My favorite question is, hey, can I give you money for this Transformer? Because on occasion, some people will do what's called lobby sales or room sales and basically bring some Transformer stuff. Vendors do it themselves. And you're going to be doing it this time. And I did it in Baltimore.
I'm doing it this time. I am cleaning out some of these shelves. I'd like to call it my Bots to Bucks campaign.
I'm not going to bring that much because I'm flying. So I'm going to pack one huge suitcase full of toys to sell.
When I first started YouTubing, I made that beginner YouTuber mistake of buying everything that was coming out just so I could review it. And now I'm stuck with a bunch of stuff that it has no meaning to me. Other than it was that quick video that I did back in the day.
I've always been a completist back before the Great Purge. Before the Great Purge, I had like all the US G1 Transformers, all the US G2 Transformers, all the Beast Wars. I had, except for the very rare, like, they only made 15, I had all the Beast Wars the second and Beast Wars Neo. I had all the car robots, all the robots in disguise, all the Beast Machines. I was a completist.
Wow.
And then I realized I was never touching my G1 stuff because it was, like, one, very valuable and kind of fragile and old. And I'm like, I could do with paying off some credit card debt, and so I ended up getting rid of most of my G1s and G2s. I kept the Optimus Primes, but I sold a lot of Beast Wars and Beast Wars Neo, and I got a lot of money, and but
a lot of money and instant regret.
Yeah, nowadays
seller's remorse.
Yeah, seller's remorse nowadays. If I'm doing an evolution video and it's a G1 figure I no longer have, I have to go Talk to my friends Tony and Rose, who run a great con called RetroCon, which you still need to get to.
I know. I don't know. You know what my job is for a living, and I don't know if I'll be able to do a TF con next year if they do it at the same time frame. So RetroCon may be in my future then.
It's a great con, but the guys who run it, they're fans. Unlike the owners of Steel City Con, who, from my discussions with them, are more interested in the bottom line than they're not really fans. And that is what Tony and Rose, who run RetroCon, they are fans. When you go to their con, it costs like 30 something for a weekend ticket.
Wow. And RetroCon, that covers everything, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like vintage, like retro?
They 70s, 80s, 90s, pretty much.
That'll work.
Though there are people there with more modern Transformers, more modern Thundercats. If the property originated in that time period, they pretty much put that stuff out. We just had Bruce Boxleitner, the original Tron. I got to moderate his panel. We had the Chips there, who I did not moderate their panel because I will be down in Tennessee in November at Gallatin Comic-Con, and there I will moderate their panel. They have Eric Estrada, Larry Wilcox, and Robert Pine.
I think they're going to Big Lick Comic-Con in Roanoke, too.
More than likely. They're hitting the circuit. I think I saw that they were going to be somewhere up here within like the next month. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bother them. But they had Joey Kramer from Flight of the Navigator. They had Rob Paulson, who was the voice of Slingshot, but he was also Pinky. And they had Maurice LaMarche, who was in that Bot episode in season 3. But he's also the brain. What we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Luke was asking us, what Transformer do you hope to see in a future wave?
In a future
Thunderwing. In a future wave. Thunderwing. Give me a G1 inspired Thunderwing. He didn't even have to be a pretender. Make him look like he did in the G1 comic. Make him turn into his awesome jet, and I'll be happy.
That would be a cool figure, no doubt. I would have to say DevCon. Just because DevCon has been so underrepresented for all these years.
We just got a DevCon now.
A DevCon in Blokees?
In Legacy? Or are they talking about Blokees?
I think they're talking. Are they talking about Blokees? That's what I assumed because this is a Blokees live stream.
Well, if you're talking Blokees, Thunderwing. I'd like to see a Thunderwing.
I mean, your answer was great for Blokees or, for, Age of the Primes or Age of the Tyrants, if that's the next one that comes out. And they're going to do like the 13 evil dudes.
All right, I got to pause you for a second because I haven't done a live stream in a long time. And I'm watching yours. And you've got this little thing of crowns. And you get like these experience points for your live stream. What is that? Or do you have any clue?
I have no clue.
All right, so we're on the same page. You're getting points. You got 25 experience points right now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, good job, man.
Now I can increase my dexterity. Roll for dexterity. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, back to what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, Luke says yes, Blocky. So your DevCon answer works.
Yes, that's what I assumed.
What would you like the next Action Edition to be? We've got Prime, we got Megatron, we got Soundwave.
They just announced TF1 Prime.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Is the next Action Edition, which they didn't send me. Did they send it?
He's not out yet. He's not out yet.
Well,
they said that they would deliver him as soon as he becomes available. Okay,
I will have to. They did not tell me that, so I'm going to ask about that. But next action, I think. We've had 2 Decepticons. I mean, I'd love to see a Shockwave, but I think they need to do an Autobot first. So Maybe a
What you're holding in your hand?
Metroplex.
Yeah.
That would be in scale with the other Blokees figures, or an Ultra Magnus. An Action Edition Ultra Magnus would work.
That would be cool. Because they could do the little blocky white prime to go inside him.
Or
I don't know why I keep calling it white prime. It's Ultra Magnus, white Ultra Magnus go inside him.
or Jetfire.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Jetfire would be a nice one.
You know, I'd be down for Blocky's Beast Wars.
Yeah, I mean, we did get,
Especially because they're doing Marvel figures now. They're doing Muppets and all this other stuff. So I think they could do Beast Wars figures.
we got kind of a taste of that with Rise of the Beasts and the Classic class, but yeah, they're not the same.
I didn't get the Beasts. I got Prime, Scourge, or Nemesis Prime. Yeah, Scourge. You got Scourge, Nemesis Prime, Bumblebee, and Optimus.
Well, they sent me Optimus Primal, so you know, of course, I put it together, and he's a pretty cool figure.
Pretender Blockies would be radical. Damn straight.
Bumblewave says that tracks for Steel City. This one will be my last. I'm gonna go on a slight rant about cons. I think there's two kinds of cons. There's the ones that are run by fans, and there are ones that are run solely for business. RetroCon,
Yeah, kind of like Hollywood.
yeah, RetroCon run by fans. Dragon Con, which is huge, 75,000 people, but it's a fan-run con. Feels different than the ones that are just for the money. Anything that's fan-run cons, as long as it's well-run, because some fan-run cons can be very badly run because it's just a fan trying to do it and they don't know what they're doing. But if it's an established fan-run con, usually it's much more enjoyable than cons that are purely out for the money. I have found that places that are all about the money are not concerned with doing anything but getting every last buck out of the attendees that they can. If you go to a fan-run con, you can play board games, you can play role-playing games, you can play video games for free. You can do all this other stuff and not pay a dime, other than the price of admission. You go to these more corporate, more business-focused ones, you can't even sit down in their place. You might have to go outside and find some kind of picnic table. At least that was an experience. But there's nothing to do there other than pay for autographs, pay for photo ops, buy something from a vendor, and honestly, those more business-oriented cons don't really care about the vendors. They don't care what the vendors make because they don't get a cut of that. But they want you to buy autographs and selfies so that they don't have to pay their guests any guarantees. Okay, I could actually explain guarantees. When a celebrity, Frank Welker and Peter Cullen, when they go to a con like Steel City has to agree that they are going to make a minimum amount of money while they're there. And I understand their guarantees are on the high side. Particularly Peter Cullen, because he's been in the Transformers movies. So they might say, okay, well, you got to make sure that Peter Cullen makes $60,000 this weekend. And that's why when you buy an autograph and a selfie, those are going to be up in price because they calculate how many people can he see in order to meet that guarantee. How many people can he see in an hour? How many hours is he going to be at his table? So
the money I pay to get an autograph or picture with Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, that goes directly to them?
That goes directly to them.
Okay.
Now, a percentage of it goes to their appearance agent. But what ends up happening, say it's $60,000 is what Peter Cullen's agent has negotiated on his behalf for Steel City Con. And say he only makes $50,000. Steel City Con has to pay that additional $10,000 to Frank Welker because they have guaranteed that he will make that amount of money. And they agreed to it. And if he doesn't, then they have to make up the difference. So that is why some cons that are a little more, maybe don't have as much money that they want to put into like one particular guest, might turn down someone who wants a huge guarantee from coming to their con in favor of people who want lesser guarantees. There are some cons that the agent will be like, no, we don't need a guarantee. We know they're going to do really well. You know, but most of the time there's some kind of guarantee. Maybe it's only $5,000. And a lot of those celebrities, you know, if they have enough of a following, can blow that away. And then they keep anything above that. But if they don't meet their guarantee, the con needs to make up the difference.
Okay. Captain Kyle's educating all of us here. So when I go to TFCon, for example, and I went to see Frank Welker, I had to buy my ticket in advance to get his autograph. While out in the common area, or not the common area, the sales floor is the autograph area, and everybody's sitting there with the comic book artists and some of the other voice actors. You don't buy tickets for. What's the difference there?
So with someone like Frank Welker, who probably has a large guarantee,
like for example, David Kaye is going to be at TFCon in Chicago. I've got his autograph, but I still want a picture with him.
Right.
So there's no tickets for him. So apparently you just walk up to him and, hey, here's $40, get a picture.
Right. With Frank Welker, what they were doing was, first of all, you couldn't go see Frank Welker and just say hi. They did not want that because he had a large guarantee, I'm sure. So you had to purchase a ticket, preferably in advance, though they probably allowed you to buy tickets somewhere else, you know, in person, but, you know, then you needed the ticket in order to go see Frank. So they basically were pre-selling those tickets because they wanted to make sure that they reached that guarantee. Some of the less expensive voice actors, their guarantees will be lower, and so they don't need tickets ahead of time. Some places do tickets all the time, but at TFCon, you're basically going to walk up to David Kaye and say, yes, I want a photo. And you will take a photo with him, pay his handler. The handler keeps a tally of how much he's making. One, because it's good accounting, and two, because they need to, at the end, figure out, okay, how much did he make? If there's a guarantee, did he exceed it? So, but for the higher end guests, they do things like try to sell tickets ahead of time, because there's nothing worse than getting a guest that wants a large guarantee and not hitting that large guarantee by a lot. That has killed a few cons. I'm a Doctor Who fan as well as a Transformer fan. You can be more than one thing. And Regeneration Who bought in Peter Capaldi one year, and he wanted a large guarantee, or his agent. Generally, the actors, they might have some say in it, but it's usually the agent who says, we want X amount to come to your con. And that scares away the smaller cons. But Regeneration Who said, yeah, I think we'll make that. They did not meet his guarantee. Not enough people came to buy autographs from him to reach his guarantee by a lot of money. They tried to sell tickets for the next show to get enough money so that they could pay him and run the next show, and they failed.
Wow.
They canceled the con a week before it was supposed to happen. And the people who were vendors and paid for tables ahead of time, people who had bought tickets, some of them were able to go through their credit card companies and get some kind of money back, but some of them were totally out of luck. Luckily, I usually go as press, and I don't need to worry about it. because I just canceled my hotel, which I always get it so I can cancel several days ahead. So I canceled my hotel room and I get a press pass, which is free. So it cost me nothing because I was driving down, because it was actually in like Baltimore was Regeneration Who. So it wasn't even a plane ticket. Though most times you can, with Southwest, you can at least, cancel your plane ticket. And it used to be a year. Now you got 6 months to apply it to something else. But yeah, so it didn't cost me anything, but it costs a lot of people. So guarantees can be a tough thing for people. But the lower end actors, like I said, their guarantees are usually not that high. It's like, hey, I want to make sure I make at least $5,000. So if they're selling $50 an autograph, that's 100 autographs. A lot of them will do that in day one. So yeah, it's the ins and outs of the con business are quite something. I've learned quite a bit about it.
Well, I tell you what, we've been at this for about an hour. We can go ahead and cut this short if you'd like, because we're going to continue on tomorrow. We don't want to ruin it, spoil everything tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
My channel just going,
I'm sure we can come up with something to talk about, but I'm just taking a look at the chat.
Yeah, everybody's talking about their Blokees wish list now. Jetfire and Omega Supreme.
Omega Supreme would be cool. Again, I think it would be kind of neat if there was like a little bag in with the Blokees that was like a Build-A-Figure type thing, but it had pieces in it that you'd have to assemble, not just like, here's the leg, here's the other leg, here's the arm. You'd have to assemble it. I was actually a little surprised opening up the Devastator package and having to assemble the kit that I'm supposed to use to assemble Devastator.
I didn't expect anything less.
Yeah, I should have.
The thighs in mine were actually built.
The
other stuff like the guns and stuff weren't.
Yeah, I was a little shocked. I mean, you even have to build these. I mean, it was like a 2-step process, but it was still like, really? They just want us to put together stuff.
That would be cool to start getting a body for Unicron. I mean, we got this fantastic Unicron head.
Yep. Double your head.
What really thrilled me with him is when you rip his face off and he's got the skull underneath with the other eyes. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. It would be interesting if you could like take off half the face and and have him like that. But anyways, yes, we have been at this for a bit over an hour, so I am going to call it. But thanks to everyone for showing up today, and definitely hope to see everyone on Patriot Prime Reviews channel tomorrow.
We're doing at the exact same time, and tomorrow we're going over Decepticons, and I'll have my Decepticon shirt on.
Same bat time, same bat. No, different bat channel.
Same bot time, same bot channel.
Still a different channel.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we will have fun with Decepticons, and if anyone comes and you have any other questions about cons, I know far too much.
And I know not much at all.
Yeah. We will discuss that
too.
And
tomorrow morning, for you Toy Hacks fans, I will be putting up the video for Toy Hacks Long Haul. They really changed the looks of this guy. So look forward to that on my channel tomorrow. I got Vortex up right now. Really like what they did for him. Toy Hacks does such a good job. My eyes are so crossed after doing 2 of them today.
And tomorrow on my channel, you will not see a new video because I'm going to be shooting during the day before I go on Patriot. I have a bunch of stuff to shoot, and then I get to send that off to my rough cut editor, and then work on stuff for my other channel. But yeah, so
show off.
But it is always a pleasure, Jason.
I got to show off to your viewers, so your viewers will hopefully become my viewers. I've got Age of the Primes Flatline in. I've got Age of the Prime Skydive. I've got Age of the Prime's
Firefly.
Missing Link Sunstreaker, who's been delayed over and over again. I finally got him in. I've got Age of the Prime's My Cronus Prime and Studio Series Alita 1. So I got some reviews to do, plus Toy Hacks decals, plus Blokees figures. So I think I'm set up for a while.
Yeah. I have a bunch of those too, though I haven't gotten my Missing Link Sunstreaker yet, and a few of them. But I've got the Alpha Trion, yeah, which is in the other room, so I can't show you. And
one of the dumbest things
I'll be doing this soon.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. One of the dumbest things I started doing with my channels when I do that intro is me showing off the box. So I gotta film all those intros real quick so I can take them out of the box and mess with them.
Yeah, that's why I don't transform usually mine during the review, because I show the box and then I open it up and I get right into it. So yeah, I don't.
That's because you make one mistake on a YouTube video, people call you out for it. It's like when you put your vortex down and you just have this one little end facing this way instead of that way, and it doesn't make a big difference whatsoever. But then you got people like Quentin Rom who say, "Hey, you mistransformed your vortex." I saw that comment.
But it's always sometimes nice to do some of the other stuff, like this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sealed in box. And I talked them down in price, too. And they, well, I said, can you do better? And they gave me more of a discount than I was looking for. I wasn't going to be like, no, you got to charge me more. But
when I was at TFCon, I got the Generation Selects version.
I got that through Hasbro Pulse.
I know, Quentin. It's one of those things. It's funny. I guess it's a YouTuber thing. Like, you miss one little thing, and you could have a 30-minute video where everything else is flawless, but you missed that one. You didn't fold that one flap down.
You mistransformed the hips.
That is all people will bitch about in your video. Finally, usually I'll hop in and I'll do one of those pinned comments. Hey, thank you so much for letting me know. I don't need 15 other comments telling me the same thing. I got it. It's already filmed. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
There's no way to go back. All right, Jason. Thanks for coming on my channel. I look forward to being in yours tomorrow.
Thanks for inviting me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on mine.
It will be a ton of fun. So all you guys out there, thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you all there tomorrow. And as I like to say, everyone out there, I don't say hooah. You can say that tomorrow. I'm going to say, everyone out there, just have fun and good hunting.